Good day and welcome back to another DB Dokkan battle video. In this video we are going to take a look at how the physical Shugesh unit does after his recent Extreme Z awakening on DBZ Dokkan Battle Global. So he's the second to last Team Bardock unit that I need to cover. You can find the rest on my channel, and his Extreme Z awakening is as impressive as the rest of them, with the ability to raise defense on his super attack. That's a permanent stacking unit, so great for long form events. He also greatly raises attack for one turn and causes supreme damage to the enemy. He has attack and defense of 150%, plus an additional attack and defense of 50% when there is another Team Bardock category ally attacking in the same turn. Now, his passive has a couple interesting effects, and I think it's important to understand them. So he performs a critical hit when the target enemy is stunned. He will also stun the target enemy when their enemy's super attack is sealed. And he will also launch an additional attack that has a high chance to become a super attack when the target enemy is in attack down or defense down. So all of these are more directly beneficial in short form events. So events whereby the enemy can take status conditions are where you're going to see a lot of benefit from him. Link him up with Phy Shugesh, for example, who lowers attack and defense, and he will fire additional super attacks. Link him up with Borgos, who has the ability to stun, and he will crit. Link him up with Bardock, who seals, and he will stun that same unit. Now, the stun from his passive is only for one turn. That is important to take note of, and I think it is very important that you understand that in terms of building this guy, I think building him predominantly additional with a little bit of crit is the best way to go forward when you are building him for the long form events, because that's where you don't get status effects, and you're going to want him to fire off super attacks so that he can stack his defense. Overall, it's just going to depend on who you pair him up with. He's got interesting effects no matter who he's paired up with, but I think having a little bit of crit on him is always good, because in these long form events he won't be doing any damage if he doesn't crit, which just isn't really a great thing. So now, in terms of Shugesh, and in terms of his link set, he has Team Bardock, Saiyan Warrior Race, Saiyan Pride, Saiyan Lineage, Tough as Nails, Prepared for Battle, and Shattering the Limit. And in terms of categories, he has Low Class Warriors, Pure Saiyans, Team Bardock, Space Traveling Warriors, and Storied Figures. Overall, you're going to want to link him up with other Team Bardock members. They share all of his categories, so obviously that's the way you want to go. I think his best linking partner for SBR is something like Phy Shugesh, someone who can obviously lower the enemy's attack and defense, allowing him to have additional super attacks. I think also Borgos is very good, because the two of them together make a pretty good wombo combo. Borgos stunning the enemy and Shugesh following up with critical attacks, which I think is really, really good. For the long form events, Tora is his best partner, gives him a crit chance buff and gives him supporting, and also of course gives him they both stack, so that's really, really good. We can see 132,000 defense so far, really solid. Obviously a 30% support on the rotation, which is pretty decent overall, and yeah, he looks pretty solid. He's looking pretty decent so far. Again, just to obviously discuss him in general, his link skills are pretty solid. Team Bardock's obviously a very rare link, but very powerful. Key +2 in attack and defense at 10%. Saiyan Warrior Race is attack of 10%. Saiyan Pride, attack of 20%. Saiyan Lineage, attack and defense of 5%. Prepared for Battle, attack and defense of 5%. And Shattering the Limit, attack and defense of 5%. Tough as Nails is his kind of exception link. So all Team Bardock members share every link except for one with each other, and Tough as Nails is that link that he doesn't share with the other Team Bardock members. It's a pretty strong link as well, defense at 20% and reduces damage received by 5%, but it is going to be one that's slightly more difficult for you to achieve. You can get it with other Pure Saiyans, mainly being units like Kumba, who's obviously pretty solid overall. Also Shugesh Great Ape, who you can of course link Shugesh with, along as also being First Friend Broly Kid, another unit that you can generally share some pretty decent links with Shugesh with. The nice thing about that is obviously they're both on Pure Saiyans, but they don't really share any other categories besides that. So Shugesh, honestly looking pretty decent. Attack stats are looking solid. We're looking at 2.5 million, which is good. Remember, if you link level him, could get him up to 3 mil. Really solid. The build is always a bit weird on this guy because of the fact that his passive has so many different effects, and those effects are beneficial based on the partner he's with. And so you could build him a variety of ways, although I just think additionals is the safe build, just considering the event you're probably going to want to use him for, like the legendary Goku event or the legendary Vegeta event or any long form event. Basically you want him to fire additionals, so I think that's generally just a lot better overall. But yeah, basically pretty solid overall. I think he looked really good there, and we'll take a look at his link partners now. But yeah, I think Shugesh joins the other Team Bardock members as being a very solid free-to-play option, and a very good unit as well, with a great varying amount of utility, which I think is really good. So yeah, basically just taking a look at the link set. As we mentioned before, pretty decent link set, quite versatile. We're looking at for Shugesh, obviously Shattering the Limit being a very strong key link amongst free-to-play units. Prepared for Battle, a very strong key link that's shared between him, Pure Saiyans, and a lot of Hybrid Saiyans. Saiyan Lineage, again, very common amongst Pure Saiyans and Hybrid Saiyans units, especially those in base form. And Saiyan Warrior Race, again, super common amongst base form Pure Saiyans and Hybrid Saiyans. So very strong, decent link set in that regard. And then Team Bardock, Saiyan Pride, shared amongst all the Team Bardock units, which is obviously very good. And as you can see right now, Tough as Nails, generally a little bit more exclusive on the Saiyan side. It is pretty strong and it's a good link, but you're only really going to be able to get it with Kumba, at least from what I can see. And that's not so bad. Like, it's not a bad link set at all. But yeah, definitely is something that's quite interesting to kind of see how the whole link set comes together. But yes, basically Shugesh, like the rest of the Team Bardock members, has what I would say is a good link set. Generic enough in terms of links that he can link pretty well with most Pure Saiyans units. He's not going to be struggling for key or like anything like that. However, obviously significant enough in terms of Team Bardock and Saiyan Pride that essentially he's got very strong links when you link him up with units that he's favored with, which I think is always good. Overall, is there benefit in link leveling? Yes, they do gain quite a bit from link leveling. However, honestly speaking, as free-to-play units, I just never really suggest link leveling free-to-play units, like unless you're absolutely desperate, because it's just not necessary. Like it's they're good, but eventually free-to-play units do tend to drop off, especially units once they've received their EZA. So I would just not really suggest doing so. But that's pretty much going to be it for me, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, you can leave a like or you can leave a comment down below, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on the Team Bardock EZAs. But as always, thank you so much for watching. Take care, stay safe, and I'll see you guys next time. So until then, as always, thank you so much, and bye.